What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. This one's from Code Red, one of my favorite labels. I love Code Red. I'm sure you guys know that by now, but anyway. This is 84 in the Code Red Blu-ray collection. It is Mark of the Witch. Holy shit. This movie is about a witch who was being killed, and in her dying breath, she put a curse on the bloodline of the man she felt was at the head of responsibility for her death. And then hundreds of years pass. His descendant is teaching a college course about superstition, of course, and with his students, he kind of is telling them all about witches and rituals and all that kind of stuff, and they end up trying to bring the spirit of this witch, to communicate with it and bring it back into the world, and nothing really happens. So they're like, well, it failed, whatever. But the truth is, the truth is, she did come back, and she's possessed one of the students. And through that student, she plans to finally uncork her revenge and just run rampant all over the place and do whatever it is that the spirits of witches want to do and haunt the bloodline of the man who she felt was responsible for her death. That's irrelevant. Everything I just said is irrelevant. This movie is absolutely bananas. It has regional theater level performances. The writing is terrible. Everything in this movie is just rank. I don't know any other way to put it, but it is absolutely awesome. It is almost hypnotic. The movie starts off with the witch in her dying breath, cursing the people, and it's one of the most over-the-top, overly dramatic performances you're ever going to see. I mean, she's just eating this. You can see her eating the scenery. She's just devouring everything around her with this just insane performance. And then the worst song you've ever heard plays. Just this awful fucking song that plays. And it's just going to be one of those kind of movies, and it absolutely is. The dialogue in this one is hilarious. The performances are hilarious. I love this movie. I think it's just an insane amount of fun to watch. It's got a little bit of toplessness, not much. It doesn't have a lot of blood either, and none of it's graphic. This is one to watch if you superstitions and you kind of ritualistic witchcraft, hocus pocus type lingo tossed around by people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. If you like bad performances, but ones that are so bad that you just love them, this is the kind of movie where you could just sit back and you would be hypnotized by how terrible everything is, and when the movie's over you'd be like, wow, that was a lot of fun. This was a really cool movie. That's how I feel about Mark of the Witch. I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but for me, I thought it was just so much fun. It was so ridiculous, that I'd give it a pretty high recommendation. The Blu-ray from Code Red has a brand new 2K scan from the original negatives and the original trailers. Not a lot of extras, but the transfer looks really good. This is the kind of movie that I don't even know a super expensive restoration would do much for. I feel like a 2K scan is pretty good, and I think this transfer looks great. But people seem to be so overly picky about stuff. I can't imagine this movie looking any better on Blu-ray. I don't know, like I said, even with extensive work, I don't know how much better it could look. I think it looks fantastic here for what it is. It looks better than any version I've ever seen by a country mile. I mean, this is eons better. As far as recommendations, anybody who likes unusual horror, 70s horror, bizarre dialogue, terrible dinner theater level performances, or if you really like the witchcraft, dark arts, hocus pocus type stuff, that this movie's got a lot of that too. I think it's really fun. I think it's great. I think it's very recommended to people who could appreciate those kind of movies. If you like this review, please check out my website, markfusion.com. I've got tons of Code Red reviews there, as well as pretty much every other major horror cult label you can think of. I also do exploitation, sexploitation, blaxploitation, hicksploitation, nunsploitation, chicksploitation, Christsploitation. Every exploitation you could want, I cover it on my site and more. You can also follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, @MarkFusion. I greatly appreciate that. If you're not following here and you do like these videos, please do drop me a sub. It helps me out immensely. You have no idea. Even every sub counts, and every sub is really gives me a big boost. That's pretty much it, man. I really like Mark of the Witch. I hope you guys will check it out. And thanks for watching these videos, man. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully I'll survive to put up some more, as long as that curse doesn't turn out to be real. Thanks, guys.